Hey, how's it going, guys? Liam King here with Binary Trades HQ. I'm gonna do a short video on the trend line and the definition of trend line. So pretty much a trend line is a line that is drawn over pivot highs or under pivot lows to show the prevailing direction of price. Trend lines are a visual representation of support and resistance in any time frame. Now we're gonna switch over to MT4. And we're going to go ahead and draw out some trend lines. Probably best to start with the higher time frames, but for now, let's go ahead and start with the M5 time frame. So pretty much we're going to draw from this past high, click it right there, all the way to this high right here. You just want to confirm it by having at least 3 to 4 wicks touch it. That's how you confirm the trend line. Then we're going to grab the other trend line. We're going to drag it to this low right here. Connect it from this low past these lows all the way to right about, let's see, we kind of have one there. It looks a bit more crooked though. I think the overall channel is going to be, I think it's going to be right here on this wick, or it might be right there. Yeah, I think that looks the best right there. You know, it didn't quite make it to that low. These pretty much captures all the lows, and it did recently just break the trend line. Now we're going to switch it to the hour 4. Zoom out a little bit. We're also going to draw a trend line from here. Let's base it off of this high right here. See how that works out. I'm going to drag all the way to the high right there. And now we're going to zoom to the 5-minute chart. You can see how this other trend line comes into play as well. So it's kind of like a wedge play. You have the upwards trend line channel supporting price, and then overall on the hourly 4 chart you actually have the bigger trend line. Let me go ahead and I can actually make this is the bigger one. I can make it blue. That's the bigger trend line though. So if we go to the M15, you'll see bigger spots. M30, same thing. Hourly, not so much, but the hour 4, you can see it. Every time it came near that, it pretty much went down. That would be like the most outside channel you have, pretty much. You could even drag it back to that high as well. So yeah, it does kind of cut a little bit of the candles, but it does get 2 additional wicks right there. So this is a pretty strong channel. And a lot of times while we're trading with trend lines, we'll be playing off of the overall channel, either drawn from like the hourly chart, the hour 4 chart, the M30 chart, the M15, usually a bigger time frame, and then you'll have your smaller channels on the M5 time frame, maybe even the M1 time frame. You can see it's relevant to all time frames, pretty much. Just like our support and resistance levels, we want to treat trend lines just like support and resistance. If price is above trend line, trend line is going to be a support level. If price is below the trend line is going to act as a resistance level until it breaks past that point or that level. But yeah, as you can see, if you would have gotten in for if we were watching it maybe on the longer time frame, and we would have caught this down maybe around here where it did actually touch the wick, it would have been nice for a 15-minute put, or maybe even a 30-minute put. There would definitely also be a smaller channel within this channel. If we were to go like right here, probably be like from here, probably from here all the way to like right here. And that would be like your, that would be more of an insider channel, not a strong channel, but more of like a weaker channel. And you can see right there though, definitely come into effect. That's how we do trade off the trend line. So So see, it actually would have touched that spot. Oh, it just drew that one. And you can see though it did touch the blue overall trend line. That's what we'd pretty much be playing off of. Just like right here, we probably would have expected some resistance if we had the trend line already drawn. But yeah, we pretty much try and draw out the smaller channel off of the M5 time frame, and then we'll try to draw the overall time frame using the longer chart, using the longer time frames. That way it gives you an idea of not only what the currency is doing overall in the M5, but what the currency is doing overall, 15, M30. It's just going to increase the chances that you're right about that trade. And that pretty much does cover trend lines though. Very simple, just main thing is just make sure you're drawing them correctly. Best thing to do is just maybe stick with 2 or 3 trend lines at the most, plotting from the highs and the lows, as you can see right there. Let me open up a new chart, see if we can find some additional trend. Let's see, we'll switch to the M5. We'll zoom in a little bit. I can't really see, not too much. Okay, well here's a pretty good trend. This is the US dollar Canadian. We'll play it from this low to, let's say, I want to say that low right there. And now so we'll be playing off of a similar high, so let's go from this high right here. That looks a little too narrow, so we're going to extend it. Yeah, that one right there. Maybe, no, that would probably be the, unless it was like right here, which it could be, but it would be a little bit more, narrow. Yeah, I think we'll just actually leave it at this one right there. Right there. That's pretty much the channel it's in. Going from the lows to the lows, and then pretty much drawing the high one as well. I know sometimes they do let you duplicate the trend lines. I don't think they allow you to on MT4. But yeah, that's pretty much what you were looking for. Now we would check like the longer time frame. So it'd be like the hour 4 chart, and then we would just basically look for some trend also. Kind of like that could be it. Kind of like right there. Not as much confirmed trend though. But overall, it is also in a looks like a wedge play. So we could see the US dollar Canadian falling from the hour 4 chart. And now that we've got the trend line drawn on the hourly 4, we'll change this one to like a blue. Kind of like that. And then we'll go ahead and zoom in, check it out on the M15, check it out on the M30, check it out on the M5. You can kind of see how this line definitely comes into play though. It could have been a little bit higher, probably should be a little bit higher, or lower, excuse me. But overall, that's pretty much what we're looking for. And then we would, let's see if we can, want to draw like, you want to definitely try and establish like a newer trend line. So you could probably try from like, maybe right here, to like right there. Something like that. Shows you that there's definitely resistance around this level. And then when it did break through right here, or when it tried to break through in these 2 positions, it actually had a lot of support right off that level, and supported again for the 3rd time. And then it actually took a big candle and closed right beneath that level. It tried pushing for a little bit, and then it just continued to fall all the way down to the next plot where we had our trend line drawn. Right there. And you can see again, you know, definitely support / resistance, and then again resistance, somewhat resistance, then a big candle, and support, and now a big candle again to break it, and then it went all the way back down to the other trend line. We could even readjust it just a hair, just like that, and then support right off that level as well. That's how we are playing off the trend lines. And again, if we're looking at like a 5-minute chart, you're going to be taking anywhere from like a 15-minute trade to a 30-minute trade, while of course checking the 15-minute chart as well. When everything is lined up on your 15-minute and your 5-minute, it's just going to increase your chances of winning that trade. It gets pretty simple after a while. Just make sure you guys are drawing out trend lines for each trade, even the shorter time frame. It'll definitely increase your profitability while trading. And if you guys have any other questions on trend lines or just any other questions in general, make sure to message an admin at Binary Traders HQ, or just stick it on the Facebook page on Binary Traders HQ. Alright guys, thanks for being here, thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day and have a fantastic weekend. Thank you.